This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply... Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through. As Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere. This adventure, he decided, was for all of them. Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway. Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the Mind Control Facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. Railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person, but if used incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please. Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality. Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late. Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to. I'm still here in this pile of rubbish, with you who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code. Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall. I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step. Okay, fine, you're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need. A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Oh, well, now this is useful. You didn't like it, but you didn't totally hate it either. You enjoyed it, perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain. Big steps we've made here today, Stanley. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I think I have an immersion. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game. All about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
What does that do? Hello, Daniel. What happened? Um, Same. No. Take any medicine? Goodness. Oh, we got hyenas. He's so mean. God. Oh. Oh. Mm. No, don't have the chat on. Don't look at any. Um, no. Goodness.
I was about to say.
Where did you come from? Wait. Ow. Oh.
Let me guess, your heart was probably about to, explode if she found anything leaking your secret.
She can't read English, can she? So you're fine. Why would that be difficult to explain?
Wait, so how long did you sleep anyways? Yeah.
Let's go, dude.
El Hugo. Wait, so Carissa, how long did you sleep anyways?
I didn't really sleep. I was just kind of laying down. I was forced into my room, and then
Wait, why?
as my aunt came. Okay, all right.
I get you're saying. So, someone forced you into your room or something?
No, me and my dad would rather just be in our rooms when my aunt comes over. So,
You guys don't like her?
to a point.
Is she
Is she
okay?
okay?
Hey, dab me up on that shit. Let's go.
We're working on the same brain cell here. What?
I don't know. I'm trying to get this ending in a game, and I have to sit here for 4 hours pressing this button, making sure this baby doesn't make it into the fire.
What the fuck?
It's annoying. My friend showed me his playthrough, and he definitely did a lot of editing because he made it seem like he only spent like 10-15 minutes clicking the button and then like unlocking another step for the ending.
Crazy.
He told me like the day after I got done trying to do the ending, he was like, "Oh, I fucked with ya." you have to do it for 4 hours. I just wanted to see if you would actually do it.
That's fucking annoying,
Like,
why the fuck would you do that?
but I turned off the music and all that to the game because it's just fucking annoying hearing this baby cry every time. And every time like it moves forward and you reset it, so does
Uh-huh.
so do the sound effects. So it's on a never-ending loop, and I have to do that for 4 fucking hours.
Oh my god, like actual 4
Yeah,
hours?
4 actual hours.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, this game is torturous.
That's so fucking annoying. God. Uh.
I'm gonna grab a drink really quick.
Oh, he is.
I mean, I pepper sprayed myself, so what does that tell you?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a bit of both when I did it. The
It
next
was
time,
getting hard. He liked it a little too much.
I mean, like when the pepper spray hit my eyes, like it started the searing burning that was causing. It just got my nipples rock hard.
Uh, so concerned.
But I finally made it to 75 subscribers. I got another subscriber yesterday.
Damn it. Too bad it wasn't the 15th or the 25th. Tell me it was on the 5th hour of the 5th day of the 5th month of the 5th year.
The fifth second. On the fifth moon.
uh, roll.
Does Daniel know about that day? Oh,
Sorry?
I pissed Bun off. Well, more like annoyed him, because, we were talking about, Five Nights at Freddy's or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I started going, like, on a ramble, and I was like, you know, it would, I think it would be awesome if it came out on the fifth month on the fifth day of, 2025. That way, 555 on a Friday, which is the fifth day of the week, at 5:55, and he was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Can you shut up right now?" And then I pretty much just started listing off a whole bunch of fives and shit. And then he said, "I'm going to go get a plane ticket and wait in your bushes with the sniper." So then I told him the ticket will be $5.95 and your flight leaves at 5:55 a.m.
Let's see. What the hell is that Genshin Impact thing? That's disgusting, dude. Oh my god. Do you think? When was the last played you? When was the last time you played Genshin?
Nasty. Did you also say that again, but then you came back to it?
No, he did that with Overwatch. Weren't you kind of like a Sun Mermaid before? Bubbly seahorse.
What about sea whore?
Seahor?
Sea whore.
Talking about those damn fucking. Hold on. Damn it, I can't remember what they're called. Damn it. You talking about the sea walruses?
Maybe.
It's seahorse. Oh, let's see. Where are you going?
I swear to God, this ending better give me a trophy.
Where are you going? Why are you going there?
Hey, so should I do a 80 subscriber or 100 subscriber special?
Don't you like doing them at the milestones?
I mean, not really. Like, for the last couple of times, I've been doing it, like, every 10.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, I thought you meant milestones, like 25, 50, 75.
Aren't those milestones to you?
I mean, those ones are, but knowing me and the, and the shit that I come up with, like, every subscriber, I feel like I should just do, like, a, special.
No. Bad. Then they're gonna get used to it.
There, like,
Fuck.
I was stuck at like 63 for the longest time, and I was like, I ain't ever gonna get my channel grown. I was like, I have so many things planned, but I can't do it until I meet the goal that I put up. I know this for sure though. Once I make it to 100, I'm like, I feel like that will be one thing off my bucket list.
You're gonna kill yourself?
Well, I mean, maybe. I actually probably almost killed myself today.
What did you do?
So today was payday. My mom was like, "You got that check to go cash?" So then I was like, "All right, I'll do it." So I went around like maybe 2 o'clock, 2:30, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm starving." So after I cashed the check, went to McDonald's and I instantly became a fat ass and ordered $15 worth of food.
Got it.
Like I had 4 cheeseburgers. I just chose at random, and then I think like 2 or 3 large fries,
Nice.
and I ate it all.
Nice, dude.
It felt like my arteries were being plugged.
Nice.
I'm over there to like I feel like a pain like in my chest, and I'm like, and like my my right arm just started to throb.
My right heart.
I'm like, oh my god, my arm feels so tingly. So I went to
Oh,
lay down, and it was the worst thing ever because once I got like, once I laid my ass on the couch, yeah, there was no way of getting back up.
oh my god.
And I could feel like whatever was attacking like my chest move and like to like my neck and all that. I'm like
Jesus.
yeah, it was like my body was like, no, you're done. No more. Cut that shit out. Whatever you ate, we're done. My last meal. My last supper.
My last meal. My last supper. Me totaled. Fuck.
But no, if like when I die, I want the what is it called? Reception or like you know like how people sometimes have like little feasts when like after the body's buried or whatever.
The yeah, the reception.
Yeah. So at the, at the reception, I want the people to eat the last thing that I ate.
What is the last thing that you ate gonna be?
Probably what I just had today at McDonald's.
Dude.
It's a free ticket to heaven.
Tell people that. Maybe they'll come to your funeral. Ah!
But
Then Hannah can do your funeral cake.
like I want her to do it in like the shape of a Happy Meal. But yeah, no, like I want mine to be like really happy and funny. So I would probably
Yeah.
have like a you know like the like how salespeople have like cardboard cutouts of themselves, like doing like the thumbs up or things like that.
Yeah.
So I want to have like a couple of those placed around wherever my reception's at, and
Fair.
one of them is going to be doing like the thumbs up and pointing, and it says a line starts here. There's
Damn,
go
dude.
there's gonna be one like smiling, and it's gonna be in front of a trash can. You put you put your trash into the mouth, and it just goes into the bin. And then there's going to be one in the bathroom. It's going to say employees must wash their hands.
You god, dude.
Sponsored by BetterHelp. Have you guys ever tried BetterHelp?
No. You can do whatever you want, you know.
I gave it a try and it was a waste of money.
Waste of money?
Yeah, like you see like the commercials like on YouTube, like my life was so depressing. I was about to give up hope. I'm a loser. And then
Maybe you should have that.
I found better help. you, you can talk to therapists, and if one doesn't work, find another. Fill out some questions, and you'll find someone who meets your standards and shit like that. So I was like, sure, I'll give it a try. And no, it was a terrible experience.
I'm so sorry.
Well, it's just one of those like like I was talking to this guy and I was like
Daniel, I made you group leader.
I was like going deep into something and I could hear him on his end and he's just like rummaging through his desk or something like that. And I'm thinking to myself like, are you getting this?
Play
Like,
PvP.
I'm like, are you getting this? Like, kind of having a personal moment here. Fucking going through your desk looking for shit. Like, I'm paying you, man. But, I felt like it was unprofessional. Like, that wasn't the only time he did it. Like, I met with him, like, maybe two and a half, three times. And I was like, nope, you're done. So then,
Yeah, cutting you off.
so then I found someone else, but, like, no matter who I found, they were all kind of shit. Like,
Mm.
it's one of those where it just like spin of the wheel Russian roulette type. Like as soon as you're done with another, yeah, you gotta find like someone else, and they'll probably be shit too, and then you gotta go find someone else, and it's just like a never-ending cycle, pretty much.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, like that's why everyone says that BetterHelp is shit, and honestly, it's an amazing business. Like it's an amazing business tactic. Like you gotta pay for for the thing that will help you, but in reality, the thing that will help you is shit. So in reality, you're wasting money on something that you should probably use your money to go see an actual licensed professional instead of people over the phone.
You right.
So that idea right there, that business, ingenious. I applaud them. I do.
Yeah. I'm good with that. I'm good with whatever you want to do. All good. If I get too upset, I will. That's fine. Yeah, I'll just play Junkrat. I'll do, but yeah, I'll just play Junkrat. No aim. Anyway, I'm about to feel psychotic rage here in a second if this boy doesn't respond to me. Angie. This is minus 1 point. Oh, they do. Um, then you really do be out here. Ah, You killed one old man and another one came out to kill you. How does it even... Washing machine. I guess I am kind of spectating you, Daniel. Just watching you try and kill things across the map. Okay. Hello. Yeah. Just waiting. Hello. Just waiting for the Widowmaker to get hurt. Oh my god, dude. Bye-bye. Suspecting. Let's go, dude. Ow. Not that data. Hold on. Um, I don't like this map. Map is stinky in the worst way. Woo. I really don't like that. Hitting behind the healer, dude. Ooh.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I did nothing. Do I?
Still no one was
Not
here.
on purpose.
Stanley needed the
Hello.
bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where, coming to a staircase,
The fat
Stanley and the
doofus.
bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, I'm gonna run. Never mind. They're too quick for me, dude. And Hanzo's pretty low. If you... What the hell is that? A PC sensitivity does it affect me if it might be hacking,
You
you
remember
never
how cheap
know.
and unsatisfying the new ultra deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
We're little brown
I
boy.
call it the Memory Zone.
Oosh,
It's where I've
stop
been
it.
storing all my favorite
Hey,
memories
Dana,
so I can
can you,
relive the peak
heal me?
experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Thank you! Damn it, why couldn't
You
have
see,
gotten
Stanley,
Cookie
doesn't
George?
the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port?
Did doing a
Remember
game
back in
last
October
second.
of 2013, when the game originally launched. Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
My lack of aim assist doesn't affect me because my sensitivity is like 1. Okay, no, just kidding, but still. It is pretty low. Olivia Rodrigo. Yeah. Mm. That's good, I think. I see that. You want to bully the Hanzo? Do you want to bully the Hanzo? Oh my god. That's why I was asking if you wanted the team. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so sorry.
C'était en 2013, un très bon jeu vidéo. 2 mois après, les journaux,
Oh.
mon amour. Rien de plus nostalgique. Les prix du public
It's me!
qui reçut
I did hack the help button in front of you. And then run away.
ici dans la mémorisation.
And
I
overhead is
hate
magic
Sir
reviews of the
Vasa.
Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph
Fucking
of games
brown
journalism,
people.
10 out of 10
Yeah,
from
it's 3 CP.
destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many
Ah,
games that aspire to be more
I am
than
healer.
games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives
Rude.
and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable
Just don't kill
anymore.
anyone but
It's
him.
just a husk now.
Make sure he
A
understands
lifeless
that
husk with an
no one
hour
gives a
of
fuck.
new elevator content.
hate. That makes sense. Woo. Hey, oh, I'm about to die. Woo. Yeah, that makes sense.
Here's another moving passage,
Me too,
this
dude.
time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice
Really.
in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need
Fuck
new
your shield.
content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Ah,
These were simpler
he
times,
hit me with a
Stanley.
rock.
But I wouldn't give to go back To have it
They
all
both
over
hit me
again?
with the rock.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone
Where
before.
the cash in there?
What's this? What's down here?
All our tracers dead.
Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely
mean, where's
popular
this
online
one?
storefront
Hello.
for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years.
What do you mean?
I can't even imagine what's being collecting down
He's
here.
just over that way.
Surely these reviews were glowing
All
as
the
well,
way
weren't
over
they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights
I
that can't
got
even
solo
imagine where I'd
ulted.
have the room to stick them.
Why didn't you do anything? 385 damage.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good,
This was an eye.
for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not
Maybe.
preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with.
Where am I going?
Fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
What the hell? Ow!
Like a failure. Like I let
What's
these people
an
down.
asshole?
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I
How
always
about
imagined.
noob? Oh, that's bullshit, dude. I'm stuck.
What's this one got to say?
I just want to hit 400
You
damage.
constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button?
Yes, exactly.
Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me.
You're not
going
even in
on
this
and
group.
on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a
Why
game
you not
for
help
the
me?
people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness,
Oh,
that's what
stick it
they're
in a
going to
corner.
get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here,
That's okay.
we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so...
All the way across the map.
Oh,
What the hell?
see, you were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling
I hate
monologue full
Junkrat.
of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my
5
more
deaths.
profound
Holy
such
shit.
ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so
again.
that any choice you've ever
hate my
made
life,
is
dude.
simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been,
Me too,
making
Dad.
every choice to which you've ever given your Greek gift of mortal and yet timeless thought Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite. You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that
I've only
manifesto
got
just has a much
1800
grander
healing,
sort
dude.
of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will. Ah. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look. I have a method for exactly this sort of situation.
Me too.
And I do find myself in this situation frequently.
Me too, dude.
I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations. All right, here we go. Treatise, manifesto.
Get out of the way.
Treatise, manifesto.
Don't die.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, treatise. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't
What the
wait
hell
to see
is a
what Coffin and I
Cassidy
will say
grenade?
about this, and whether they'll edit the
Okay,
rating
I'm gonna
of
kill
pressurized
myself,
gas
dude.
review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be
Okay,
honest, I don't
okay.
even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works. Perhaps that would have been a smart thing to check on before I went on about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely
Even the
whoever
lore.
it is who runs pressurized gas will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review merely because of this very situation. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just...
Why is his thing
How do
so
I get out of
fast
here?
and why am I
Where did
not?
the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite
Oh
certain
my
there was
god,
one here
our poor
before.
Cassidy,
How else
dude.
would we have gotten into the room
Our
in the first
poor
place?
Cassidy.
I think one can enter a room without a door.
I'm not leaving before I get
window or something like that.
fucking
Do you see a window
destroyed
anywhere? A porthole?
for 3,000
A
healing.
sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say,
It's Bun's
slam
main.
your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able
Yeah.
to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Bastion.
You've
He
just
has
been
Golden
frozen there.
Bastion.
I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely
Bye.
gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every
Oh,
one
there's
of those
another
walls
Sombra.
1,000
Yeah.
times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button. And
Why
if
are
you
they
keep
being
pressing it,
friendly?
I have no idea what
Isn't
will
this
happen.
death
I have
match?
no idea
You gonna
how
bully
long
it,
I'll be made
Sombra?
to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to...
Sorry, you were in the
I
way.
have to know that sooner or later,
I'm
no
so
matter
sorry.
how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those
Mm.
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Not 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd
She's
think that
not
that's just
very
how
nice.
it's always been, right?
Is
Me
it another
talking
sombra over
and
there?
you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly
Probably.
the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it
Hello.
isn't, Stanley. It isn't the
Hello.
same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of
Because
that
we
matters
killed him.
anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I
What
can
an
see now
angry
that I
little
need it
man.
more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in.
No.
These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe,
I
if you
hacked
can hear
you
me,
instead.
then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe
What the
I'm
hell?
not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along?
Don't die.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do
Oh my god, I hate that skit, dude.
But they
Yeah,
didn't
you're right.
understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point.
Why the hell
it was
is
meant
she
to
up
speak
there?
to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the
Why is there
jokes? They
summer?
moaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, "Entertain
queer.
us." It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands.
That
But
poor
then,
monkey.
he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that
He
they are
thinks he
speaking
is.
into the world. As though there were no consequences for a
What
lack of
the hell?
cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, "Oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it." And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen.
Yeah, killed Liana.
The most immediate desires. Every single
Har.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the
Are you
end, is
still
never
alive?
the end, is never 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 the end, is never
I'm
the
so
end,
sorry,
is never
soldier.
the end, is never 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 the end, is never
hell? What am I doing? Ooh. Fucking. Oh, what are you doing, monkey? What are you doing, monkey? What are you doing, monkey? Fucking monkey. Oh, monkey's retarded. What? Oh, shit. I did. Fucking monkey! Stupid ass monkey! Say that. Monkey, my sensitivity is nowhere near yours. And still. What an idiot. I'm so sorry. Where the fuck is Arissa? Oh! Hey, Arissa. Ah. Run away! Run away! Run away!